What is up, guys? And in today's video, a spoiler review is here. My spoiler review of Halloween Kills. I'm going to talk about my spoilers, discussions, and things I don't like. So, yes, this is a spoiler review, but it's also a discussion video. So if you are one of the people that have seen this film, this is the video for you. So stay tuned for all the things I do got to talk about in this video. Let's jump right into it. So, the first thing I do want to talk about again, spoiler review, okay? First thing I want to talk about is the flashbacks. That's what they, open up on later on. Thought it was really cool to see the flashbacks and to see, yes, the man himself, Dr. Loomis. Now, yes, they obviously, you could tell they CGI'd Dr. Loomis here, but I thought it looked pretty clean. They knew that Loomis wasn't going to be in this movie all the way through. It was just for a quick, couple of scenes. So yes, I thought it was cool. To see Loomis in as I like, wow. Again, I know some people may be very divisive on that, but I liked it. I liked seeing Loomis in this movie. And what a lot of people don't know is all the flashback stuff they was actually going to do in 2018, but they did it here. It was worth it. I like the flashbacks. I like the flashbacks. I thought it was cool. The scene where you get more information about Hawkins. I thought it was a really cool scene where you see Loomis, where Loomis is talking to one of the. I believe it was Hawkins. Yeah, it was Hawkins. He was talking to Hawkins up the stairs. I love the flashbacks. I thought that was a really cool scene where it has Michael. Michael's in front of the Myers house, and behind him is Loomis. I love that scene. I would love to have that as a poster or something. That was a really cool scene. But there was something in this scene that I did not like. They basically beat Michael down. They beat Michael down. I'm I know, I get it. Michael couldn't go on a rampage here and kill Hawkins and kill Loomis. Basically kill everybody and escape into the midnight. I get that. But I think it could have been easily done. I believe there were some random officers there as well. He could have easily just killed the random officers, Loomis again, or maybe Hawkins shot him in the back, and that's how they captured him. I would have preferred that way more than, okay, well, let's just beat Michael down because he's going to accept that. Again, how you're setting up Michael in this trilogy and tying it all back around, it would have made sense for Michael to do something, or maybe lunge at Loomis and maybe cut him or something. Not kill him, but cut him or something. It would have made sense, not just for Michael to get beat. I love the flashback mask. They did a great job on that mask. I love that, and I love the whole scene where Hawkins' partner is up in the Myers house and staring out the window. Again, the whole stuff with the window. I'll talk about what I mean by that in a minute. But again, some really cool stuff in the flashbacks. I love the whole scene where we see Michael as a child for a brief second. That was really cool. Some of my favorite kills. I love that one kill. Again, we saw it in the trailer, but it's extended here. You see the husband and the wife. She's playing with her drone or something, and she takes it off in the bathroom, and it gets flung down. Michael is killing them. And what he does is, when they're half dead, they're about to die any second, takes her, sits her up, takes the dude, lays him on the table, okay? Makes her watch as she's slowly dying, makes her watch as he finished him off. There's this rack of knives. He picks up each knife and starts stabbing his dude in the back. I thought, man, Michael, you could tell Michael was very angry in this, especially in the firefighter scene in the opening. Again, another favorite scene. I'm going to have some of my favorite Michael scenes in this movie because I really did I just really liked that the whole firefighter scene. I thought it was really cool. Not only that, Hawkins. We all wanted Hawkins to be alive, and yes, Hawkins is alive. He's alive, but I guess we're not going to see him for the next movie. He's just mainly in the hospital with Lori. Yeah. Yeah. Also, Michael, like this whole chase scene with Michael and Lindsay, I love that chase scene where he was like chasing her. It's like completely dark. The whole scene with the car when he killed everybody in the car, and he kicked this door. He kicked this door open, and and the nurse that we see, he kicks the door open. In purpose of that, him kicking the door open in this car, him kicking the door open, makes the girl accidentally shoot herself, and she's dead. Like, I thought, huh? Like, Michael, he's getting pretty pretty creative here. He's getting pretty creative here. Couple of things again. I thought a lot of the kills were really good in this. Now, I will talk about something that I'm not too keen on and not too fond of. There are some things I'm not fond of. I slumped in my seat for a few things. One of them being the Myers house. Now you're probably saying, why are you hating on the Myers house? I'm not. I love the Myers house. I think it's a great recreation. I love that the final act took place there. But Michael wants to go back to his childhood home. I think I talked a little bit about it in my spoiler-free review. He wants to go back to his childhood home. With no explanation. He just wants to go back. I guess he likes it there. I'm not sure, but he just wants to go back. At least for me, I didn't get it. And you heard me talking a little bit about it here just a few minutes ago. I talked about here the window. What I mean by the window. Hawkins had experience with it. Even Karen had experience with it. I'll talk about it in a minute. They just stare out in the window. I don't understand what's happening. Like, are they taking in his essence, his evil? Okay, that's the case. Then when they took in the role of Michael, I'm really lost on that. Like, it really kind of, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling the whole window stuff going on. And, like, why? Like, you know what I mean? The whole stuff. Now, there was this random guy. Again, why was this in the movie? There was just this random guy running around the hospital. I said it. I've said it in my spoiler-free review. I'm sure Michael would stick out like a sore thumb. You making Michael to be super smart in this, and then you're making him dumb in this one scenario. That's not Michael. I just felt like that was such like a filler. Just like, okay, well, let's just shoot this random scene for some runtime so we can, just get it done. You know what I mean? Type of thing. I do personally feel like, again, even though this is one of my favorite Halloween movies, I will say it's one of my favorite Halloween movies. I think it's way better than 2018. 10 times better. Again, I'm not too fond of when Michael's getting beat down in the flashbacks. I'm not too fond of the random guy. I just, and I thought this was a really cool scene. I did like this scene, and it made sense. So in this one scene towards the end of the movie, you have Brackett, you have basically the whole town of Hatfield here, right? I would have liked if they included a few more people, but it is what it is. But in this specific scene here, they're beating Michael down, they shoot him. You think I would hate this, right? No, Michael plays it smart here. He purposely lets them shoot him, beat him down, right? Michael looks weak. He looks frail here. All of a sudden, he gets up and kills Brackett. He kills Tommy. He kills everybody. All the returning characters are dead. All the returning characters are dead in this movie. Brackett, Lindsay, all of them are dead, and even Karen's dead. She was not even in the mob. It was the window scene, which I'll talk about again here in a minute. But yes, again, spoiler review, almost everybody dies in this movie, which makes ends predictable because we know where they're going with Halloween ends, but it is what it is. Regardless, I really enjoyed Halloween Kills. Again, solid entry, very welcome entry in the franchise. My personal favorite Halloween movie now. I will say it with its flaws. I love Halloween 6. but it has flaws. So you see what I'm saying. You can love a movie with its flaws. You know, a couple more things. I did like Laurie in this, but she was not needed. Like, she was not needed in this movie. They definitely should have killed her off in 2018. She was not needed here. She was just here to be there. I'm sorry to say this, but she was just there to be there. This movie is not Laurie's movie, and I'm so glad they lived up to their word. This is Michael Myers' movie. He technically wins. I'll explain that more in a minute. There's lots of good gore, lots of good kills, but Laurie's just here to be there. She's just there to be there. I'm sorry, but Laurie's not needed in this movie. You know, and again, Hawkins. I love Hawkins is alive. But again, what is the point of Hawkins being there if he's not even doing anything? That's just how I feel. Like, you're setting up another movie, right? Knowing half of these characters are going to live, and then you're going to just end this whole trilogy. Okay, whatever. But, you know, I thought the whole hospital stuff was not needed. When, think about it, a lot of the hospital stuff wasn't needed in the first place. Well, Michael wasn't even going to go to the hospital. You know? Because, I mean, at the end of the day, you kind of set this hospital up as this big thing. And this is how I feel. It would have been so cool. Again, they may have, you know, had to touch on that 2-hour mark maybe for this to happen, but it would have been so cool. Just to think about my ending for a second. You know, it was still took place in the Michael house. What if, like, Michael used his wits here? He made them think he was in the house when he wasn't. He was going to the hospital to take down Laurie to actually win here. Once he gets in the hospital, there's like a backup generator, so the power comes back on. But he breaks into the hospital, and he has his awesome fight and confrontation with Laurie, like we was supposed to get in 2018. And it was going to be, I think that would have been so awesome. The final act would have taken place in the hospital. And it would have, Michael took out the power. And as he enters the hospital, you don't see him, you just see a shadow of him. And the power comes back on and Michael's gone. Then you cut like to Laurie and Hawkins. I think that would have been a really cool scene. Better than the ending that we got. Again, I love Halloween Kills. Even with his problems, because it is not without its problems. A few more things I do want to talk about. It's like spoilerish. Again, I thought it was really cool. The whole park scene, that may be one of my favorite scenes. I may actually do, it will contain spoilers, I assume, yeah. I may actually do like my top 5 favorite scenes in Halloween Kills. That sounds like that to me sounds like a creative video. I may actually do that, like watch it again, which obviously I will. Watch it again, take some notes, and do like a top 5 favorite scenes. I may actually do that. Because I just in general, I really want to do a lot of Halloween Kills content here, and I may actually do a video where I talk about like dislikes and everything like that. Even though I talked about some here. It was just mainly just a spoiler review, spoiler discussion, spoiler talk, obviously. I do feel like it's an easy top 3, not spoiling my ranking, Halloween film, but it has problems, not without its problems. I love the flashback stuff. I love the stuff with Alice. I think Alice is such a badass character, and it's like, I really wish, I think, we could have had more for character if it wasn't for Laurie, and if it just wasn't for that random dude walking around the hospital. We could have had more for character, more fleshed her out a little bit more here of what you were setting up. Karen was not even needed in this movie. You could have killed her off in the last movie too. I mean, it's not gonna affect me none. Because again, Karen is still kind of that goody two-shoes character. I found this stupid, and this is just me personally. She knows, Karen knows, and again, like I said, wouldn't it make sense for Michael to go in the hospital, but he don't. Anyways, Karen says, Michael's coming to the hospital, but you gotta stay here. Stay where the boogeyman that shaped Michael's gonna go. You wanna stay there. The stupidest character out of the whole franchise besides Tina. That's how I feel. Karen, it's right up there with Tina. Karen is annoying in my opinion, but also stupid. I said it. I'm not a fan of Karen. Karen dies in this movie. That's cool, right? No. You would think it's cool, but no, it's not. Like, I think I could have dealt with Karen for another movie. I could have, sure. Karen dies in the mine. Now again, the window stuff. She looks off in the distance. She looks out in the window. She's dead. I slumped in my seat. Cool scene. It was very. I mean, it was a cool visual scene of Michael, killing her. Such a cool visual scene. But I was like, here we go again. Here we go again with the same thing. This, in my opinion, will hurt Halloween Ends' story, because now we know how Halloween Ends will end. Come back to this video next year when Halloween Ends is released and tell me that I'm not wrong. That the plot of Halloween Ends will be Laurie finally takes down the boogeyman once and for all. When they could have put all that into this movie, but they want to spread it out. My question is, why? You can do a Halloween movie without Laurie. Laurie was not even in this movie any at all, and it was still an awesome Halloween movie. I know there's going to be people saying this is Laurie's movie, yada yada yada. It's not. And back to the Karen situation, they lied to our faces again. They kept their promises with the kills and the gore, but they lied to our face. I remember them telling us that there wasn't going to be a cliffhanger. There's a cliffhanger ending. I'm out. You know what I mean? Like, they lied to us. How many times did they gotta lie to us when it comes to these films that Blumhouse is doing? Why? When Karen died, I didn't feel anything when she died, because I really didn't like the character regardless. And it kind of backs you up in a corner a little bit, because now how are you going to explain this, okay, in Halloween Ends? From what I remember, Alice and all of them was on the steps of the Myers home. I know Alice was for a fact. So, how are you going to kind of explain this? Maybe you do the opening of Halloween Ends where Michael comes down the steps, Alice sees Michael, they freak, the sheriff and all of them shoot at Michael, he's dead, and we get like a time jump a year or two later. I guess, because if they were sitting on the steps, wouldn't Michael go down there and kill them too? Like, if Michael is up in the bedroom killing Karen, knowing the rest of the people that he needs, so like Michael knows the rest of them are down there, why don't he go kill them? That's my general question. And again, like, Michael, yeah, he's not going after Laurie in this trilogy, but I feel like he would in this scenario. He would want to get his revenge on Laurie. And he's not till the next movie. And this is just how I feel. This movie should have been at least a couple extra minutes longer. There should have been a confrontation with Laurie and Michael. They don't have any confrontation in this movie. Laurie, Michael don't have any confrontation in this movie whatsoever. Again, what's the purpose of Laurie here? We'll talk more about Halloween Kills in my rankings. Stay tuned for that. But as of right now, said in my spoiler-free review, Halloween Kills is a 9 out of 9 or a 9.5. Because I'm very mixed on the film. Even though I really enjoy it, it's one of my favorite Halloween movies now, it has problems. The whole stuff at the hospital, the whole stuff with Laurie, the whole window stuff, and Michael needs to go back to his house, the whole random dude running around the hospital, Michael getting beat down, and the flashbacks, and the Karen death, and all of that. And to me, the ending felt rushed. Like, it felt rushed, and it felt forced. It felt very rushed. It felt very forced. Was not a fan of the ending. Slumped in my seat. Very disappointed, but I think the movie is worth a watch. I think it was worth the hype. It was worth the wait. But, that's just my thoughts. That's just my opinion. So, let me know your thoughts on the comments below. Make sure you hit the like button. Please subscribe. Catch you guys in the next video.